Alright, alright. Since they don't have an attract mode on this one, I guess for some reason they were even too cheap to do that. Metal Walker begins. We've got a name, and we actually have a pretty good length of characters with which to put in. Still don't think it's enough. No. But we'll put in what we can. Normally I'll just go with the last 4 letters, but we'll go with the Stompin' L today. In the 21st century, the core. An evolving metal was found. As you would expect, military research began. A terrible disaster occurred. That's not good. A Metaball. This is the music to which I was referring to. And like I said, I don't believe this is an emulator problem, but it seems to be only this particular beginning set that's pretty sad and pretty bad like this. With Metaball. Now Metaball can't access his stats right now. That's fine. Now, I don't believe this is a point of divergence in any way, shape, or form. It's just, do you like the red or the green? Or brown, as they call it here. Let's take the one that's appropriately colored. Because the same thing occurs regardless of which one you take. So, I don't know what the difference is. If anyone knows, please do leave me some information. How do you know all this, Professor Hawk? Now this here is, I believe, a common character, Emil Krauser. She just arrived, and she's also a novice core hunter. Like the rest of us. I guess we are too. And we have to talk to these people up here. We have to talk to them in order to get out. There we go, now we've got the start menu. We've got the basics of Metaball here. Health, attack, defense, move, and weight. These all actually have stats. It's actually a pretty in-depth system. Including, well, just here how it gives you the 3 cores. There are, I believe, land, water, and air cores. As well as analyzers. All very handy information. There we go. They use the grunge to a little bit better effect here. And actually for a Game Boy Color game, this does not look too awful. I do enjoy it. A new capsule. Capsule and the appropriate data is very important. I mean, industrial accidents, especially large-scale ones, have been known to turn things into, not quite desert wasteland. The core unit is to the north. I'm surprised we haven't gotten into a fight yet. There we go. Anyway, there's a reason I call this the metal flinger, a ball flinger, or whatever I called it. This is basically a fling style system, hence why weight is actually handy, because it determines how hard you hit. Where that's that analyzer going to end up? Can I get him to... Nope, because I just killed him. Nope, I wouldn't have gotten him to bounce the right direction anyway. Now everything is in scraps. You literally carry around scrap metal. We currently have 55 pounds of it. Let's see if we can't get this thing to run. The best thing to do is to try and get the enemies to run themselves into the analyzer. Just like that. Even if it means you run into them. Or they run into you. Yeah, they already have level decreasing items. Yeah, enemies can themselves throw items. As you can see, the stats are actually pretty well on display already. Scrap worth 5. And now we have some scan data. I believe scan data is used to create the items. Well, of course. I don't know. Sometimes these people are a little useless. Ah, new critter. Ah, yes, be worried about, As you can see, that thing has some significant flingage to it. But it's also pretty, weak. Most enemies are pretty weak, but you can be horribly destroyed here if you're not careful. And it dropped an item for us. Sometimes enemies do that, but not very often. I'm gonna take this. And now the Taurus is gonna run into us. That was probably our item anyway. Oh, yes. Ah, missed it. Now, enemies actually have some varying levels of AI in what they can and do perform. See, that thing doesn't have a lot of weight to it. And yeah, you can escape by running away. You get to the exit and you're fine. Oh, this thing. I think this thing is pretty tough. The weight also determines how far you travel when hit. So we're attacking some pretty overall weak, in relative terms, enemies, but they're still putting up a pretty good fight. And we got a hammer 1. And he's almost to level 2. Good, because he's pretty badly beat up. You. No. Apparently this is not base camp. I thought this might be base camp. Okay, there it is. Camp is to the north. Also, you don't have to worry too much about dying, generally. Ah yes, what happens when you get your health a little low? The game gets very excited! Notice that his weight didn't increase, nor did his health heal. The battle arena. I believe that's the, Link battle. Like you would use between the, two Game Boy Colors. Chemical plant. I guess that's the direction we have to go. Yeah, napalm is pretty serious. Choose your capsules wisely. Scan data. Yep, and this lets us produce the items. And notice that the analyzers are pretty cheap. Gonna want to carry some on us. And fortunately, healing is free. So it's, so far we have a 0% win rate, still. I think that's the PvP, basically. We can't do anything at the Acid Lake, I do believe. I'm gonna go check it out anyway. Hammer 1. Ow! That kinda hurt. Okay, if it's not... Oh, it's going to. Of course it is. Use another one of our HP ones. And enemies can also flee. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but they can do that. Yeah, we just have a bunch of analyzers now. It never hurts to check out. Yeah, that's an acid lake. Yeah, there's not much we can do because we can't cross the, Oh, this was a bad idea. This was a very bad idea. That was a very bad idea on my part. Oh dear. This is what makes the fling system, the flip battle system as they call it, very dangerous. Am I gonna risk it? Yes. Almost got him in there. But yeah, you can see the intricacies of this battle system. Pretty heavily on display right now. And there's a Taurus dead. And the other one dead, but I think I just put myself in position for attack by gorilla. Oh yes, I did. Analyzer. Fortunately, they're pretty stupid. Although the fact they just used pebbles, I'm dead. Yep, I was trying to avoid that. Anyway, when you die, you merely respawn at the closest place with half your money. But that's also, showcases very clearly the joy, basically, that this unusual battle system can give you. because it's just so different than a lot of the things you would expect to see. I want to get some of these things in the analyzer, because some of them have very useful data. Although the fact that I'm gonna get slammed by that hammer first, aren't I? Oh, and I don't have the health. I'm going to die. Very clearly, yes, I almost died. Again. Yeah, these, Got free hammer 1. Too bad he can't use that to make items. That would be... Oh, shit. I'm dead. Gonna try and run. I may have... There we go. Yeah. Early game in Metal Walker is very frightening. Let's put it that way. Someone there is going to talk about the ledges. With any luck, I can, yep, get him in there. Napalm 1, now we can afford some Napalm 1. You kind of want to avoid using the analyzers too much. And though they are cheap, you don't want to have to carry too many. But also, this battle system is, as you can also see, there's a pretty good variety of arenas. That's very handy. Okay, and so now we have the ability to basically create landmines. Lower back problems. A lot of us have those nowadays. Okay, a flying enemy. I'm gonna try and position it. Oh, schnackers, we're dead. We are quite literally dead. I don't know if we get to keep the analyzer data. I think we do. But yeah, there was no surviving that. This game can be very brutal. Early game. And it gets better. New scan data, yep. Yep, now we have the RC bomb, which is more powerful than the napalm. Not that we can afford much. More analyzers. The most annoying thing is that, yeah, there is no way. Yeah, there is no way to use the item. I don't think there's a way to use the items off on their own, you know, in their own battle, outside of battle. But notice that there's a world map here, and it's pretty accurate too. But Metaball, basically Metaball is, as soon as we can, we want to replace him. This is very important. Bee minions. Well, that one ran. Well, this one try and run into us. In a very awkward way. The AI for this game is very different. You see that this one in particular does not go the easy route. But we finally have the HP ones. Good. And they ran. No scrap for that, no experience. We just get to continue on, and north to the chemical plant. There's the acid lake still. Ah yes, a barrel. Something we cannot get around. Unfortunate barrel. Another flying enemy. Now there is not a weapons triangle. You know, sea, earth, land, triangle. Like you'd expect there could be. Oh dear. Enemies are also rather smart with their items. And there we go, dying again. I remember early game being rather annoying like this. Now we've got a ways to go yet on some levels. We need to get some more experience, some more levels. There we go, because we can one-shot the Skulltillas or the bee skulls. I suppose we should turn in the scrap as well. I apologize for that. Yeah, I think the healing ones are a little cheaper. Yes, I've got new scan data again. Yeah, HP ones are also extremely cheap. That's why they are so cheap. Because, well, you're gonna get wrecked. Especially early game. At least they recognized that was the case. And they even gave enemies the ability to drop items that help you. Can I get the gorilla to run itself into... No. It is also a very heavy enemy. Hence why it does not bounce. It does shove us around quite a bit, though. There we go. Oh dear. Napalm 1. Throw him into the napalm. There we go. Bee Kong has been turned into scrap. Those ones are some of the harder ones because they are rather hefty. And they're also worth a huge amount of scrap. So they're useful to farm, but they are hefty enemies. Now, believe it or not, the three, as we'll discover, types of cores, there are a certain amount in the world. And there's a limited number. I forget the exact amount. But I think there's like 3 of each. Like 3 or 4 of each in the world. And we'll be collecting all of them. And over the course of the game, we'll be collecting the story about what happened here. Which is all very handy, as it is a rather, actually pretty good story. Overall, for a Game Boy Color game at least. I mean, it's no Dragon Quest Monsters. Or Monsters 2, which was even better. We'll eventually be doing those games as well. Though there are a ton of other games on... Yes! More scrap. And we've got one camp we've discovered. Good. And with our increased stats, we should be able to take on... Okay, the V-Kong has to go... Oh! I was hoping the V-Kong I might shove him into that. Ah! Not quite enough. Well, that B skull has, the Buster Skull has been turned into scrap. Although so are we, because we just been, oh no, that's just a level down. And the hammer should kill the Kong. There we go. It's all about knowing when to hit enemies and when not to. Could have also fled, but we've now got a good amount of scrap. Now, can I? Okay, we can use the health analyzers. That's good. That's very good. See, by putting ourselves here, we just put ourselves in route for the bubble pea. This is okay, not that bad. And it apparently does not move very fast. I was hoping not quite to go that far. Yeah, this thing has a very terrible movement, apparently. This bubble pea. Or the Beezeagle. Sorry, I tend to refer to the enemies by what they drop. Yeah, the Beezeagle. Fortunately, the only advantageous thing we have over the enemies is we deal far more damage to them than they do to us. I'm going to take some time and run and grab some HP 1s. And maybe some more analyzers. Because like I said, most of these enemies will have items. I mean, this is no... Yeah, I'm not going to say anything about comparing it to other games, because it's been a while since I played some of these games. I mean, we're talking like... late middle school? Early high school? So, 10 plus years ago. 10 plus years ago. With those, a bunch of these, one of those, and a napalm. Just having a bunch of items is very handy. Yeah, the HP 1s especially will let us, especially run into more Kongs, will let us continue further. Okay to overwrite? Yes. Always okay to overwrite. Now the annoying thing about this game is once you start outpacing enemies, it's a lot harder to shove them into the analyzers. Which means if you over-level an area and there's a specific enemy you want to get the data for, it's harder. Hence why I'm already trying to remaster, I should say, getting them to run into the analyzers themselves. So that's going to be amazingly helpful. Well, if I do that... Oh, just shy! I needed some more move on me. I would have had him in the analyzer. Also, enemies do have a form of friendly fire. Oh no. Pebbles hurt a bit. It was 20 damage, wasn't it? Yeah. We have almost no health. But maybe, just maybe, with all our power, we can shove them into the analyzer. Yes! Now we can make pebbles. Which apparently is some form of rocket launcher. We, however, are dead. Unless we can pebble him to death. The only annoying thing that about this game is, yeah, we're dead. It's gonna run into one of the pebbles. Yeah, we're dead. Is the lack of feedback on enemy numbers. Fortunately, we don't have much scrap. And there's nothing we can do in fights like that. So the game tries to give you not quite a Dark Souls style feedback, but it gives you a feedback of there's really nothing you can do. And that's fine. Basically, you want to try and stay out of the enemy's reach as long as you can, especially the big guys like that. And learning the distance you can travel is very important. For example, this Kong is dead. How close are we to the next level? 15. This is another one of those games that I learned about through the local library. One of my local libraries. And this was featured, I believe, in one Nintendo Power somewhere. I just don't remember which. We already had that one, unfortunately. Yeah, I've already scanned it. But, yeah, I learned about this one through a Nintendo Power somewhere. It had a full walkthrough, actually, that set of issues. The entire game. It's like, hey, here's where all the cores are at. Here's the way you're gonna have to go in order to do things, and a great number of scrap pounds. But yeah, it was some pretty good times. Let's see what we have on us in items. We need to. And I wish there was a automatic sorting of these things, but there isn't. So I've got 3 analyzers. We could use another one of you and a pebbles. And I think they do that so that's the order in which they appear. So I'm pretty sure they appear in this order. So you may want to do something like this, like 3 analyzers. You know, kind of spread out your damage a little, your damage and your healing. I think that's how this works. I never did actually figure it out myself. But yeah, childhood. Not quite there, but oh. Second analyzer. Oh, that was not good. But see, even enemies are prone to occasionally. Ah, the Helios. I scrapped it rather than learning from it. I think we had that one. It was the RC bomb, wasn't it? 3 bombs. Oh, that was useless. I did not mean to do that. Some enemies just fly. And wasting my analyzers. I believe that's why I began to hate the minions. They just tend to do that. And then they run. Ooh, missed it. Yeah, these guys would give out Thunder 1 if I could. Oh, it's gonna throw itself in there. Ah, the bee moth. The buster moth. Honestly, this kind of reminds me of a type of, basically, Metabots, if you remember Metabots. Oh, Metabots was great. Yeah, basically this is like Metabots with less control, with a more interesting battle system. We'll cover at least one of the Metabot games at some point on the Game Boy Advance. I'm just not certain which one. Okay, we're finally getting some more health and some Thunder 1. Good. I think I'm running low on analyzers though. You already have the Pebble, so let's just take out his buddy. If we had a little bit more movement, we would have slammed into the Kong. Instead, he decided to get himself scanned. We're out of analyzers. Ah, I wanted that Pebbles. There we go, and the Pebbles has been used. And 20 health is approximately half. Well, it's got like 40 health. Problem is, it's gonna use our Pebbles against us, which is gonna put us in danger territory. Fortunately, we should have an HP 1 showing up somewhere, so that'll help. I believe the RC bomb is 30? Yeah, so this Kong is dead. Through no direct attacks of our own. Hence why items are actually kind of important. And 11 experience and some more scrap. And like I said, even just dying is not gonna hurt you. Really. Ah, this character, I remember him. Generic enemy, Buddo. Very strange person. That's probably our father. Hint, hint. Okay, and where's our thunder? We're gonna want to move that up a bit. Yeah. That's pretty good. And we don't have any analyzers, so it's gonna be a straight out slugfest. So yeah, basically you're building a deck of cards to be randomly played around as you fling. Honestly, this would have been a pretty decent tie-in for some type of plastic toy manufacturer, much like Beyblades. Can you imagine just flinging some toys just around? Okay, what do we have is the question. Bee Palm. I believe this is an HP 1, yes. We were gonna need that anyway. Crane. I do not remember what that does. Let's find out. We have teleported somewhere. That's not good. Now it's gonna hit us with pebbles. And then it's gonna run into us. And the crane, which is useless. Yes. Thunder, move that down. Okay, this should be a pretty straightforward fight. Should just be able to slam into these guys and have no problem with them dying. That one's gonna kill itself on the napalm, which is a bit sad. But experience and scrap are experience and scrap. The more of it we get, the better chances of survival, or more things we can rebuy. Yeah, and the more things we can rebuy when we inevitably die. I mean, mainly that's a very nihilistic attitude, but let's be honest, the way this game has been going up until this point, ooh, I don't want to risk that Thunder one getting intercepted. Yeah, there's things about this game that I've forgotten, like the order of your items is the order of they show up. I don't think I ever actually figured that out on my own, which is a bit sad. Oh, that was dumb of me. Yeah, because it has the possibility of killing me now. Not a great chance, but it does have a possibility. There we go. Shot right around it. Full health. Come get me. I don't need the RCA bomb to kill this thing. Might want to use the bubble pea, though. I mean, let's be honest. 3 items. And in our hands, it's a bit stronger. Also notice that the experience has been increased rather drastically. The requirements for the next level. This is one way they try and... The level curve is what I'm trying to say here. The level curve is actually very nicely balanced. And notice what I've been doing. Basically, I've been baiting them into running into me and bouncing me off walls, counterattacking. Very valid strategy. This is important information. Evolving your Metal Walker. Or as they are called, or as ours is called, the Meta Ball. overall, this game does a pretty good job of use of the kind of grunge you can have with the... Oh, we only have the one. That's not good. We've got no recovery. Here it is. The first boss. The Panther. The one it said was weak to thunder. They're not lying. Fortunately, the skulls will take themselves out. Unfortunately, we're now out in the open for the Panther. And he hurts. Oh, are you kidding me? There we go. Thunder is also an everything attack, so we've just reduced the amount of damage coming in. Problem is, he still hurts. We hurt him more. Stones is basically an upgraded attack all enemies version of Pebbles. Very fortunate that he dropped that and knocked me right into it. This enemy can be rather tough. Free experience, lots of experience, and some more scraps. Yet Professor Hawk is always very polite. This would make a pretty good anime of the time period. I mean, you have the character designs here that just fit in perfect, and yeah, it would be a great anime. Would have gone great with Metabots. And their first core. A land core unit. Remember how it said we could evolve? Notice the 3 icons here. Anyway, you have the capability of putting cores in any of them, and we now have an M-Frog. Oh, I'll have to do that off screen. Actually, I can do that now, in fact. No. Okay, we'll store you there then. There we go. So that we can crop him out and put him next to Metaball there. This is M-Frog. As you saw, he's got significantly improved stats. He moves more, he weighs less. He weighs more. He's just better overall. And he even has a unique overworld sprite, which is quite good. Metafrog. A button powerfully. Hiya! Yeah, this is why we had to go here. Ah, generic Rivalson. Bado. The rival Bado. Well, Bado. We're still almost dying. Let's not forget that. Let's not forget, we are still almost dying. And these things will still take us out by arbitration, because we don't have any health ones, any HP ones. But notice, we have a lot more bouncing room we can do, on top of the sprite being much larger. So yeah. Your sprite gets larger, you're easier to hit, but you can cover more ground. And also look at that power bar. It is so much larger. We're dead. We are 1 HP, aren't we? 2. Same difference. We're this close to being one-shotted. By anything. And we'll lose 130 scrap. 140 scrap. And there's nothing we can really do about it. Because, as you know, attacks can occur right here as well. Fortunately, it's only some bee skulls, some buster skulls. So, there is that. And we've made it back intact. He also gave us a lot more health, this version, which is very handy. Green port camp, I think is the brown port, if you choose the other one. Yeah. Oh, that, I understand. Oh, okay. You can select the ones you want to use. I forgot about that. New scan data? Yep. Now we should have... And it's kind of sad we didn't. Some scan data for the Panther, because he did have something he... I think he was stones. And that should do us fine. With oil barrels no longer covering our direction, we'll take a real short break. We've been going for a pretty good length of time so far, and we'll be back in about 5-ish or so minutes, give or take.